Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is Unleash Your Mind Power. Right now, in this moment, you have more power inside you than you have ever tapped into. And I'm not talking about some mystical, ethereal power. I'm talking about a raw, unstoppable force that's been sitting dormant inside you, waiting for this moment, waiting for you to finally say enough. Look, I don't care where you came from. I don't care what your story has been up until this point. What I care about is what you are going to do with the next 30 minutes of your life. Because I can promise you this, if you give me your complete attention, if you are willing to step out of your comfort zone and into your power zone, your life will never be the same again. Who is ready to unleash their mind power? Let me know in the comment box. The power within, the prison of limitation. You know what's the biggest tragedy in life is? It's not that we don't have enough resources. It's not that we don't have enough time. It's not even that we don't have enough opportunity. The biggest tragedy is that most people die with their music still inside them. They live their entire lives in a prison, not a prison with bars and walls, but a prison they have built in their own minds. And what are the bars of this prison made of? Fear, doubt. The voice that says you are not good enough, you are not smart enough, you don't deserve it. Who are you to think you can achieve that? But here is what I want you to understand. Every single person who has ever achieved extraordinary results in their life had to face the same voice. Every single one. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not that what successful people don't have fear. It's that they feel the fear and they act anyway. The power of decision. Right now, I want you to think about the most successful person you know personally. Got them? Now, what's different about them? Are they smarter than you? Maybe, maybe not. Do they have more resources? Not necessarily. Do they have better connections? Perhaps. But here is what I guarantee they have. They have mastered the power of decision. They don't just make decisions. They make decisions and then they make their decisions right by taking massive action. You see, every moment of your life, you're making decisions. You are deciding how to feel. You are deciding what to focus on. You are deciding what actions to take or not take. And the quality of your life is the quality of the decisions you make consistently. The 6 human needs. Every human being on this planet is driven by 6 core needs. Certainty. We all need to feel safe, secure to avoid pain and gain pleasure. Uncertainty or variety. We need surprise, adventure, challenge. Significance. We need to feel important, special, unique. Connection or love. We need to feel connected with others. Growth. We must grow or we die. Contribution. We need to give beyond ourselves. The first 4 are the needs of the personality. The last 2 are the needs of the spirit. And here is the key. If you are not growing, you are dying. If you are not contributing, you are not fulfilled. Most people spend their entire lives focused on the first four needs and they wonder why they feel empty inside. But the people who are truly fulfilled, who have real power, they have learned to focus on growth and contribution. Peak state psychology. Your psychology, the way you think, the way you feel, determines everything. And your psychology is controlled by three forces. Your focus. Whatever you focus on, you feel. Your physiology, the way you use your body determines how you feel. Your language, the words you use shape your experience. Right now, I want everyone to stand up. Come on, stand up. Now, I want you to put your shoulders back, chest out, big smile on your face. Now, shake your hands above your head and shout, yes, three times. One, yes. Two, yes. Three, yes. How do you feel? Different than you felt 2 minutes ago? Of course you do, because you change your physiology, and when you change your physiology, you change your psychology instantly. Breaking through limiting beliefs, the stories we tell ourselves. Now, let's talk about the stories because every single person in this room has stories. Stories about why you can't, stories about why you're not enough, stories about why it's not possible for someone like you. But here is what you need to understand. These stories are not facts, they are interpretations. And if you can create a disempowering story, you can create an empowering one just as easily. I want to share something with you. When I was 24 years old, I was very broke. I mean, broke. I was living in very small space, sleeping on the floor because I could not afford a big space for my career. I was a little bit overweight and I was a little bit in a miserable condition. I had a story. My story was that I came from a very limited mindset, middle class environment, that I was not smart enough, but I was focused enough on self help education and other aspects of various courses and seminars. And also, I was not very good enough, also. And as long as I held on to that story held on to me. But then I realized something that changed everything. The past does not equal the future. The past does not equal the future unless you live there. The empowerment formula. Here is the formula for transformation. E plus R equals O. Event plus response equals outcome. Most people think the event determines the outcome, but that's not true. It's your response to the event that determines the outcome. And you always have a choice in how you respond. When something happens in your life, you can respond with blame, you can respond with excuses, you can respond with denial, or you can respond with responsibility, with curiosity, with determination to learn and grow. The power of questions. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of questions you ask yourself consistently. Most people ask terrible questions. Why does this always happen to me? Why am I so stupid? Why I can't ever get ahead? And your brain, being the ultimate computer, will always find an answer to whatever question you ask. If you ask a terrible question, you'll get a terrible answer. But what if you started asking empowering questions? How can I use this? What can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? What would I need to believe to take action right now? Belief system. Your beliefs are like a tabletop supported by legs. Each leg represents a reference experience that support that belief. If you want to change a belief, you need to either add new references or question the existing ones. Let me give you an example. Maybe you believe I'm not good with money. What are the legs supporting that table? Maybe you overspend once. Maybe your parents struggled financially. Maybe you made some poor investment decisions. But what if I told you that every single person who is wealthy today was once not wealthy? What if I told you that every financial expert was once a financial beginner? What if I told you that your current financial situation is not a reflection of your worth, but simply a result of the strategies you have been using? Suddenly, that table starts to wobble. Doesn't it show? The power of massive action. Knowledge is not power. Let me tell you something that might shock you. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when it's acted upon. How many of you know what you should eat to be healthy? Raise your hands. How many of you know you should exercise regularly? How many of you know you should save money? How many of you know you should spend more time with your family? See, you already know what to do. The question is not what to do. The question is what's preventing you from doing what you already know you should do. And the answer is simple. You haven't associated enough pleasure to doing it and enough pain to not doing it. The power of massive action. There is a difference between action and massive action. Action is doing what's comfortable, what's convenient, what's expected. Massive action is doing whatever it takes for as long as it takes until you succeed. Most people take what I call wimpy action. They try something once or twice, and when it doesn't work immediately, they quit. They say, see, I told you it wouldn't work. But successful people understand that massive action is cure all. It is the great equalizer. You might not be the smartest person in the room. You might not have the most resources. But if you're willing to take more action than anyone else, you will get results that others won't. The compound effect. Small actions repeated consistently over time create extraordinary results. This is the compound effect. It's not about doing something huge once, it's about doing something small but significant every single day. If you improve by just 1% every day for a year, you will be 37% better at the end of the year. That's the power of consistency. But here is the challenge. The compound effect works both ways. If you are getting a little bit worse every day, if you are procrastinating a little bit more, if you are making excuses a little bit more, that compounds too. The power of environment. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. If you want to change your life, you need to change your environment. And I'm not just talking about your physical environment. I'm talking about your mental environment, your emotional environment, your social environment. Who are you spending time with? Are they lifting you up or bringing you down? What are you reading? What are you listening to? What are you watching? You become who you spend time with. You become what you consistently expose your mind to. If you're hanging around people who complain, make excuses, and blame others, guess what? You will start doing the same thing. But if you surround yourself with people who are growing, who are contributing, who are taking responsibility for their lives, you will be pulled up to their level. Let us learn the success cycle of Tony Robbins. Here is how success really works. Potential. Everyone has massive potential. Action, but potential without action is worthless. Results. Action create results. Belief results change what you believe is possible. Potential. Change beliefs reveal new potential. Most people get stuck in this cycle because they don't take enough action to get meaningful results. They take a little action, get poor results. And then their belief goes down. And when their belief goes down, they take even less action. But if you take massive action, you get better results. Better results increases your belief. Increased belief allows you to see more potential, and more potential leads to even more action. It's an upward spiral instead of a downward spiral. Designing your ultimate life, the power of vision. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Most people spend more time planning their vacation than they spend planning their life. And then they wonder why their life looks like a vacation from hell. You need a vision, not just goals, a vision. Goals are important, but vision is what pulls you forward when the goals get tough. Your vision needs to be specific, compelling, and emotionally engaging. It needs to make you cry. It needs to make you laugh. It needs to excite you so much that you cannot sleep at night because you are thinking about it. The wheel of life. Life is not just about one area, it's about creating balance and excellence in all areas. I want you to think about these 10 areas of your life. Physical health, your body is your temple. Mental or emotional health, your psychology. Relationship, your intimate relationships. Family, your family relationships. Social, your friendships and social connections. Career or business, your professional life. Finances, your financial situation. Fun or recreation, your ability to enjoy life. Personal growth, your commitment to learning and growing. Contribution, how you give back. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate each area of your life right now? Be honest, the areas where you rated yourself low, those are your opportunities for growth. The power of leverage. The most successful people in the world understand leverage. They understand that you can't do everything yourself. You need to leverage your time, your money, your relationship, your knowledge, and your efforts. There are three forms of leverage. People, building a team, delegating, leading others. Money, using money to make money, investing, compound interest. Systems, creating systems that work without you. The goal is to move from being just productive to being leveraged. When you are productive, you are trading time for money. When you are leveraged, you are creating value that continues to work even when you are not. The successful formula. Here is the ultimate success formula. SU equals within brackets G into S into A, close the bracket, into T. Success equals goals times strategies times action, all multiplied by time. You need clear goals. You need a proven strategy. You need to take consistent action, and you need to give it time. Most people fail because they are missing one of these elements. They have goals but no strategy. They have strategy but take no action. They take action but give up too quickly. The power of standards. Goals are what you want to achieve. Standards are what you demand of yourself. And here is the difference. You might not hit your goals, but you will always live up to your standards. If your standard is to be excellent, you'll find a way to be excellent. If your standard is to be just get by, you'll find a way to just get by. What are your standards for your health? What are your standards for your relationship? What are your standards for your career? What are your standards for your character? Raise your standards and your life will raise to meet them. The power of transformation, the moment of decision. Every person's life is shaped by moments of decision, not conditions, but decisions. You are where you are and what you are because of the decisions you have made. And if you want to change your life, you need to change your decisions. But here is what most people don't understand. There, there is a difference between being interested in something and being committed to something. When you're interested, you do what's convenient. When you're committed, you do whatever it takes. When you're interested, you come up with stories, excuses, and reasons why you can't. When you're committed, you come up with ways to make it happen. When you're interested, you look for evidence of why it won't work. When you're committed, you look for evidence of how to make it work. The moment you truly commit, the universe conspires to help you. But it has to be true commitment, not just preference, not just interest, but absolute commitment. The power of modeling. One of the fastest ways to achieve success in any area of life is to find someone who's already getting the results you want and model what they do. Success leaves clues. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. Find someone who's already done what you want to do, study their strategies, model their psychology, and you can compress decades into days. But here is the key. Don't just model their actions, model their beliefs, their values, their standards, their rituals, their way of thinking. The traits of mastery. There are three things that shape your experience of life every moment. What you focus on. Is your focus on what you have or what's missing? On what you can control or what you can't? On the past, present, or future? What you believe it means. Is this the end or the beginning? Is this a problem or an opportunity? Is this happening to you or for you? What you are going to do about it? Are you going to give up or step up? Are you going to be a victim or a victor? Are you going to let it define you or refine you? These three decisions that you make every moment of every day determines the quality of your life. Master these three decisions and you mastered your life. The 6 steps to breakthrough. Here are the 6 steps to create a breakthrough in your any area of your life. Decide what you want. Get clear on your outcome. Take action. Do something, anything to move towards your goal. Notice what's working and what's not. Develop sensory acuity. Change your approach. Flexibility is the key to success. Model what works. Find someone who is getting the results you want. Make it a must. Raise your standards and commit completely. The power of contribution. The secret of living is giving. The secret to fulfillment is contribution. When you focus on what you can give instead of what you can get, everything changes. You see, we all have two lives. The life we live and the life we are capable of living. And the bridge between those two lives is contribution. When you contribute to others, when you add value to others, when you serve others, you tap into a power that's greater than yourself. You become part of something bigger. You become part of the solution instead of part of the problem. Your moment is now. I want you to leave you with this. Your moment is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you have more time, more money, more resources. Now, the life you want is waiting for you. The person you're capable of becoming is calling to you. The impact you are meant to make is depending on you. But you have to decide, you have to commit, you have to take action. Let's say who you become in the next 12 months will be determined by three things: the books you read, the people you meet, the decisions you make. You have the power, you have always had the power. The question is, will you use it? Will you step into your power? Will you live the life you're truly capable of living? Will you become the person you are meant to become? The time is now. The place is here. The person is you. Now go out there and unleash your mind power. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.